Near there. Hi campers, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another video. And I'm out on the bike. People that follow me on Instagram will know that I've recently got a Brompton folding bike, and I'll tell you a bit about that later once I'm settled into camp. Give you an explanation. But brought it out on its first adventure, first wild camping trip, and yeah, I'm a bit sweaty. Left the car at home, cycled in from home. It's only 5 miles, but I live in a really hilly area, and I'm a big fat git. Need to work on my fitness, which is one of the reasons why I bought the bike actually. But I'm out into my usual spot here that I camp in quite frequently. I'm not on my own today. John's going to be showing up a little later on this morning. It's only just come up to 9 o'clock now. I've had a nice sort of gentle cycle into camp. I stopped quite a few times to film some of the segments that you no doubt already seen. But the plan for today is quite simple. We have a nice relaxing camp. Eagle-eyed viewers will see that I've got my wax canvas tarp there wrapped up with the bedroll. So I'm going a bit old school today. I've got the wool blanket and the wool bedroll with me. No sleeping bag, nothing like that. Just got the little fire bowl that I've used before, and I'm probably going to need to get a fire burning through the night to keep me warm and comfortable today or tonight. But yeah, I've got a couple of beers on board as well, plenty of water, plenty of food, so it should be a good camp. Also hoping to do a bit of whittling. I haven't carved the spoon for a while, so really want to try and do that today. Lots of wood to prepare for the fire, so yeah, I've got a fairly busy day, but a nice day, so I'm looking forward to it. So I'm going to cool down, get camp set up for the night, and I'll bring you back in a bit. Probably maybe when I'm getting the brew on. How about that? So there you go. So whilst I got the bike all loaded up, I thought I'd show you what I'm doing here in terms of the way I've loaded it. I've got a number of bits and bobs on the bike, as you can see. This bag at the front here is called is a Brompton bag. It's called a roll top bag. It's a it's 28 litres. Quite a I think it's the biggest bag you can get from Brompton actually. A couple of nice water bottle pouches there, and pockets on the side for the all important beer, of course. Another water bottle pouch here. And then at the back is very much the sleeping shelter end. I've got the bedroll wrapped up in the tarp, my X-Ped sleeping pad there, and then this Carraday's saddle bag here, which has got a few bits and bobs in it too. Lovely. For the most part, it's everything that I'd normally take on this style of a camp, but configured a bit differently on the bike. I'm not entirely sure it's the best way to load the bike. As you'll see, I've got a rear rack on the bike there, but it takes the weight pretty well. It took a bit of getting used to on the cycle in, because this was the first time I've cycled with quite a bit of weight on the bike, so that was a bit odd for me, but it was okay. I got used to it. All in all, it was very comfortable. That'll do. Nice simple power point. You don't want to be sleeping on that. There we go. Plenty of room. Have a fire out front, and that should keep me nice and comfortable. Chuck the bags behind me. Cushy. There we go. Kettle's on. Gonna have a cup of tea, cool down, and then I'm gonna collect some firewood, I think. But really happy with this setup. It's a nice spot here. I see why Des always likes to camp here when he comes out. But, go away, fly. But yeah, you can see the sun rising above the Brommy. It's lovely in the woods, really nice. Autumn is here, and it's the best time to be in the woods, I think. It's absolutely glorious. Can't seem to stop sweating at the moment. But it was a bit of a slogging up the hills. Cheers. Lovely. Always good to get the first cup of tea of the day down. So some of you will be wondering, why on earth did I get a Brompton folding bike when I perhaps could have just gone and bought a regular touring bike or a mountain bike or what have you? And the answer really is the Bromptons are really nice bikes. I apologise if that shot's got it in a bit of silhouette, the sun's behind it, but they are British engineering at its finest. They are made in West London, in Greenford. soon to move production to Ashford here in Kent. All made in house, wonderful machines, really well engineered, really well designed, and they're built to last as well. They're great fun to ride. I live in a small house. I don't have an awful lot of room to store big bikes and whatnot, so this fits that bill really nicely. I can store that away under my desk in the office at home. Perfect, really like it. And I'm using it today for sort of bike packing, and it's worked a treat for that actually. It's been a real test today to take it with all of this heavy duty wool and canvas kit, but it's done really well. I think maybe I'd need to pack it a little bit differently next time. I've learned a few things around loading it up on the rack, but nothing I can't deal with. And it's going to be really good fun using that for future wild camping trips. And the great thing about the camping that I do is that the large majority of the camps that I do are within around about a 5 or 6 mile radius of my house. And so it's a great opportunity to use the car less, save a bit of money in that regard on fuel and whatnot. Better for the environment, it's better for me and getting me fit and healthy. It's good fun, and yeah, really enjoying it. Allied to that as well is I'm using it for other things. So it's predominantly a city bike, the Brompton, and that's also what I use it for. I work in central London, and so I get the train up to London, and I cycle to the office from the station, and at the other end when I'm back home as well, I cycle back home, and I'm covering about 5 miles a day as part of that section of the commute, so that's quite cool, and it's saving me a bit of time as well, my timesheet. So yeah, really pleased with that. And I've been putting in quite a few miles on the bike. It's a real pleasure to ride. And one thing I'll just show you now, I'll get up, get my shirt out of the way, is I really want to celebrate the best of British with this bike. So, you know, as well as being built in West London, the Brompton, I've got the classic Brooks leather saddle there, which are handmade in Smethwick in Birmingham, in West Mids. Got the Paradise saddle bag there, really good quality waterproof canvas material there, sort of wax canvas. Really nice product, again made by hand, and they're made in Lancashire as well, Nelson, Lancashire. And then this pouch here as well, a more modern brand, because these two, they've been making them saddles for about 160 years at Brooks. These pouches have been made for about 90 years, and then more recently this company Restrap make these more modern pouches and whatnot for all sorts of bikes, and these are handmade in Yorkshire. So it's a real celebration of the best of British, this bike, and indeed this camp as well. The tarp and the bedroll, all made in the UK, and I think that's something to be proud of, really. Probably cost more than the cheap took you'll buy in China, or buy from China, but yeah, I'm really proud of it, and it will last a lifetime if you look after it. So that's kind of why I bought the Brompton. It's a great way of getting fit. I do a lot of running, and I find when I go running I'm injuring myself quite a lot nowadays, whereas I've been going out on that bike, putting in reasonable mileage on it, sort of 10 to 20 miles at a time on some of the longer rides that I do, and yeah, lapping it up, brilliant. Come home not aching so much or anything, and I can just crack on with it and keep working on the fitness. So yeah, I think it's got good potential to be a pub bike as well. Good pub bike. You can cycle it to the shops and the pub or whatever, and really enjoy it. And it's a little bit out of its comfort zone in this terrain. These are predominantly sort of road tyres, but they handle it well. They plough through the mud and the trails without any problems. I'm reasonably confident riding off-road anyway, so I think that maybe helps a bit. Yeah, I'm going to get back to my brew now, and then I think I'm going to have to put you on charge soon because the battery's going down really quick. So I'll speak to you later. Bye for now. Hi campers, so I've got some fat wood scrapings there from some bits of fat wood that I foraged from a nearby fallen pine tree. And I'll prep some beech twigs, some slightly thicker sticks for kindling, and I've got some primary fuel here to get the fire going, and I'll need to gather a bit more later. So let's see how this goes. I don't fancy my chances here, but we'll see. Oh. Hello. Need the beech twigs to take, and then we are golden. A little bit of moisture in there. You can tell by the sheer amount of smoke. Go on, Gil. I think we're away. Hardy high campers, right, time's getting on now, it's lunchtime. I've not had breakfast yet, so I'm Hank Marvin. So I'm doing posh baked beans today. Got the fire ticking over nicely there. There's the baked beans. Got a bit of aromat seasoning. I'm not even pointing the camera at the food there across. Yeah, baked beans. Aromat seasoning. Bit of chorizo in there. And then down here I've got some mushrooms and onion. And a bit of pesto sauce that's leaked out of the pot for tonight's dinner. And to finish all that off is a bit of mozzarella cheese, some of which will go in tonight's dinner too. But it's a nice one pot wonder. It's time to get it on. Oh, and I'm here with John now as well. John's joined us.
Yeah.
Hello, John. There we go then, folks. Cheesy, beany, sausagey goodness. In one pot. Got all the wood prepped for tonight then. Hopefully that'll be enough wood to keep me warm through the night. If not, I'll just have to go and find some more. Yeah, John's all set up there. Gone for a plough point as well. The wind is kind of coming this way, so I've got my shelter backed into it. John's side onto it there, and yeah, we're pretty well sheltered. And then over here, got a little fire area. So we're just sort of sitting and milling around. I'm about to start doing a bit of whittling. I've got a bit of sycamore that's green. It was cut down recently by the management and volunteers here. So yeah, looking like a nice afternoon. Lovely. So some of you I know wonder about the setup that I use, and so here we go. I've got the wax canvas top. This is 8 foot square, really nice quality. It's from Thornhill Ultra Heavy. And then for the bedding, I've got Outhaus Bedroll. So I've got the Outhaus merino wool blanket, and then underneath that is the wool bedroll that Ollie from Outhaus sells. Is some wool on the top, and underneath it's got the wax canvas sort of waterproof finish. Got the brommy folded up there. Don't have to fold it up and put it under the shelter, but I'm choosing to, so I want to protect the leather saddle. I don't want that getting damp and horrible. And then just got my swanee here, swan dry, smock, and bag of extra clothing, sort of wool thermals and woolly hat, stuff, that sort of thing. And there's my wood pile. So the luxury of having the wax canvas tarp is that I can keep the fire bowl fairly close by. I might even bring it in a little bit closer still yet, and I'll have that burning through the night. When I go to bed, I'll fire that up. Yeah, just keep that ticking over and kicking out some nice heat, which should be captured quite nicely under the tarp here. So yeah, that's my setup for the evening. Gonna get a carve on now, I think. Let's do a spoon, I think. I'll bring you back. Are you a dunky or a dunker? Where do you stand on dunking biscuits in your brew? What's your favourite biscuit to dunk? And a shout out to Tim, Rough Timber, because I know you're passionate about this subject. Hobnobs, they're always up there, aren't they? What is it they say about a hobnob? They're like the Marines of the dunking world. Yeah. But yeah, you can't knock them, can you? You won't be able to see it. There's two fallow deer just up there. See, John's gone into David Attenborough mode. There's a white one and a black one. It's lovely to see him. Just up there. I don't think it will come out for you guys, but there are two deer there. John's trying to be really stealthy. John's trying to make a move now. Deer's still there. I think he's trying to get up to the next tree up to get a little bit closer. Will he do it? I don't know. Go on, John. You can do it. Squat him down now to take a photograph. And here we have John trying to get a picture of a deer. Will he do it? No one knows. Hi campers, so got quite a lot of the axing out done now with the spoon. Probably go a lot further with the axe if I'm honest with you, but I fancy switching over to the knife now and doing some work on the knife, just sitting around by the fire. So you don't have to rush these things, just chill out, take your time and go with it. Hi campers, hope you're doing well. Just got a bit of dinner on the go now, just boiling up some pasta. So I'm going to do some nice simple meal, pasta pesto, and I've got some extra pine nuts and mozzarella cheese to sort of chuck on it as well, make it into a cheesy, gooey, nutty mess. So that'd be nice. But just had a bit of drama at camp. I've just realised that I didn't have my bike helmet with me. I definitely wore it when I left home this morning, but it's nowhere to be found at camp. So I looked back on my camera footage, because I did a few cycle buys, and I wasn't wearing it then either. And the penny dropped that I took it off to mop my brow when I was setting up the first camera shot, perched it on a post and left it there. But yeah, so that was quite annoying. So I just cycled back there, the sort of mile and a half or so to where it was, and no, someone's taken it. So yeah, that's a bit of a sod, but it's my own stupid fault, isn't it, for forgetting it. I'm a bit forgetful like that sometimes, but hey ho, it is what it is. It was only a cheap helmet anyway, so, and I wasn't even that keen on it really. It was made me look like a bit of a douche. So if you're wondering why I'm not wearing a helmet, on any of those cycling clips that you saw earlier. That's why. Don't judge me. I do like to wear a helmet when I'm cycling. But yeah, I'm just me being an idiot. But I'll rectify that tomorrow and get another helmet. Looking forward to getting dinner down me now and cracking open a beer after dinner. That'd be nice. But I've done a nice bit of work on the spoon. I'll just show you that. I've got it kind of roughed out nicely. It's got a nice natural curve to it, so I doubt I'm going to finish that now. It's getting a bit dark, but you will see it on other videos for sure, and I'll let you know how it gets on. But yeah, quite pleased with the progress on that at the moment. And, John's just coming back from a bit of a deer hunt. Just spotted deer again in the distance, so yeah, that was quite cool. Seen a lot of deer today. Deer oh lord. There we go. First beer, folks, is a nice Belgian ale called Delirium. I think it's a triple. Only 8.5%. I thought I'd give you a little shout out, Rich, Cotton Bud Media, because I know you're partial to your Belgian beers. I think this one's quite nice. Doing this a little bit cat-handed. Go frothy quite a bit there, as is customary with Belgian beers. A bit of dirt there. That one's nice. As is often the case with Belgian beers, they taste very similar to Left. But yeah, I like that a lot. Nice. Hi campers, good morning. Hope you're all doing well. Well, that was an interesting night. I was warm, I was comfortable. I kept the fire going through until about 6:30. It's 7:30 now. Still got a bit of wood left, so I sort of gauged that about right. But I didn't get barely any sleep last night. Just laying here, drifting off every now and again, but just laid here staring at the fire for quite a bit, so I feel a bit like a zombie at the moment. But hey ho, sometimes I find when you camp like this, where you've got the wall and the fire, you can be pretty good, you can sleep really well. And then other times, like this time for me, I just have quite a bit of difficulty drifting off to sleep. And in hindsight, I probably could have gotten by without the fire last night. It wasn't awfully cold really. I had extra sort of thermal layers of clothing on. I had the wool blanket. I was pretty comfortable in that. But yeah, it's just worrying about restocking the fire all the time, I think, was probably the problem. But hey ho, is what it is. I shall go home tonight and spend the rest of the day like a zombie. But a nice camp though. Enjoyed camping out with John as always. Just letting the fire there sort of die down to ashes now, and then I'm gonna have another cup of tea, some porridge, and pack down camp, I think, and load the bike up for the journey home. But yeah, it's been a good one. I'll speak to you in a bit. So there we go then folks, all packed up, ready to head home. As always, cleared away the camping area, packed away rubbish, dispersed of the ashes, and leaving no trace. It's always important. Got a nice cycle home now, minus helmet. I'll be shopping for one of them later. And yeah, it's been a good camp. Despite the lack of sleep, I've enjoyed myself nonetheless. Done a bit of carving, done everything I set out to achieve pretty much, so that was cool. And some lessons learnt about how I pack the bike. Sun's getting in there. I think I'll do it a bit differently next time, but that's all part of the fun, isn't it? But yeah, I'd like to say thanks to John for joining me on this camp. It's been good to catch up as always.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Really nice chilled weekend, really.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. And we're just finishing off clearing up that fire scar there and leaving no trace. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna poodle off home and I'll see you in the next one.